before you even do anything for the next piece. But it's and I think a lot of it is because of the restrictions, because of the entry barriers, because you've got the licensing and then the inspections and then the da 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 and the lawyers and the blah, and then you're finally open. You're like, holy shit, I'm opening. You know what I mean? And like you did like anywhere from a 6 month to a sometimes 2-3 year battle just to get your business opened. Yeah. You know what I mean? That it's like that you can finally start thinking about the next steps, you know, of the pieces that need to go into play to have your business running and functioning the right way. Back here with Meet Unshackled here at CWCB Expo in Manhattan at the Jacob Javits Center. This is your host, Max Ugos from Dope SEO, and I have two wonderful guests jumping on today to discuss. What are we going to discuss? We're going to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
Oh, we got all sorts of. Well, let's talk about what you ladies do, what you do that helps the industry, and how. Yeah, we're just going to go. Because we just met. We've known each other for a long time. So if there are some weird inside jokes in this.
I can roll with the punches.
You can roll with it.
I was going to say, we'll try not to do that too much.
Well, this is cannabis. We can roll with it.
Yes, we can roll with it because this is cannabis. And if you can't roll, you buy a pre-roll.
That's right.
Oh,
or you find somebody who can roll.
You do. I mean, if you can't roll, that's why pre-rolls sell so well, because either you don't know how to roll or you just don't want to take the time to roll.
Or you suck at it.
So, yeah. So this is Teresa. Teresa, tell everybody a little bit about. Have you ever been on Meta?
No,
This is your first meetup? Oh, yes!
I am. It's my maiden voyage.
Yes. I'm taking Teresa on her maiden voyage here at Meta Unshackled. Come on, Teresa. Who are you? What do you do? And why does everybody love you?
Oh, well, the last one I can't answer. However, thank you. I am the Vice President of Sales for Panacea Payroll. We are a woman-owned payroll company.
Woman-owned.
We're located outside of Philadelphia. We've been in the payroll business for 37 years. We've been in cannabis payroll for about 6 years.
Yep.
Which, oddly enough, kind of doing what we do makes us old timers in the industry.
You're like OGs. You're OG payroll people.
We are.
Yeah.
Which never expected to be called that, but I dig it. So one of the, it couldn't be any more boring talking about payroll and, for God's sake, selling payroll. But since we got into cannabis, if there's anything that can make payroll fun, it's weed.
Yep.
So our main purpose is not just to pay your employees and file your taxes and all that kind of stuff, but to help you stay compliant, which, as we all know, is the name of the game. And we do everything we can to help you maintain that. And
I can tell you this, as a person who runs a business, payroll is such a pain in the ass.
It is.
When you have to calculate the hours and the time it takes and who gets what. And I run a digital marketing agency, so we have some people that work overseas. So then it's like, what? Yeah.
Which is a whole different
So many
animal.
different platforms to pay so many different people. And then everybody wants to get paid on time. You know what I mean? And I know we've had some interesting stories in the past where it's like, you were like, oh, yeah, we had the guy who had to wire it. Because a lot of cannabis companies are cash only, getting that money to the correct account to make sure that your people get paid on time.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know that that's something that you help out a lot with.
Yeah, we've had to learn to be really creative in that kind of thing, because not everybody can get a bank account.
Right.
So we've had to really wing it in a lot of ways.
Have you met Tamika?
Just 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so Tamika does some really awesome stuff too, and I'm glad you're both here, because if you're looking at her, you're like, fuck, I need her.
Well, so, yeah.
So, Tamika, who are you? What do you do?
I'm digging this already.
I'm just saying. That was wonderful. So, my name is Tamika Dunkleyy. I am the executive director of a nonprofit organization called Season Gives. We focus on entrepreneurship training and financial literacy, as well as workforce development for women and people of color. And so within that, we were on the initial train of advocacy to get legalization, and then we got thrown into cannabis to really assist the people that we represent. And So with that, we not only host the largest industry networking mix throughout the supply chain in the Hudson Valley. We represent several dozen businesses who are active and licensed that we assisted to get into their licenseship. And we have not only that technical assistance, but we really do that one-on-one coaching and mentorship throughout the growth
The whole
of
process.
people's business, which the payroll is a pain point for everybody.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't even matter if you're in cannabis or anything, payroll is always...
Payroll sucks regardless of what industry you're in, but payroll in cannabis
sucks more.
sucks more
Sucks
because just because of the restrictions on what you can even take in, and if you can
The
get a
banking.
bank account, the banking.
Yes.
and, and the cash flow.
Yeah, making sure
know?
that the cash shows up at the bank. You know what I mean? And then what fees are you paying just because you're depositing so much cash? Because having a cash tax at a bank seems insane to me, but because the fact is, they charge you, the more cash you deposit, you actually end up paying the bank more money because
Yes.
they have to count the cash.
Yes.
Yeah, which is bizarre, but
So
only
you're
in
paying them
cannabis.
more money for them to make more money off
Right,
of your money.
Right.
Yeah.
While still in some banks, paying a premium just to bank at the bank
That's
Yep.
correct.
to do the thing. So I love this because I feel I've said this a lot of times where it's the cannabis industry allows for a lot of different entry points. You know what I mean? And the fact that, and in the majority of, there's always this talk, but I feel like there are a lot of paths for people to come into this industry. You know what I mean? Being a woman-owned business, coming into an industry like this. I don't know. I'm a white guy. You know what I mean? I fall into the the weirdest. I can dance with anybody. You know what I mean? Are there restrictions? Are there pushbacks? Is the I don't even know where I'm going with this question, to be honest.
I'll help you out. There's barriers.
Yeah, there's
There are
barriers. There you go.
barriers.
Good way of saying it.
There's barriers. There's entry points. There's barriers, and then but with the experience, you're obviously helping companies deal with the barriers that you've dealt with, as well as their own barriers to try and troubleshoot. And I think a lot of people coming into this industry never had that experience before, especially license holders. You know what I mean? All you had to do is apply. There was no you know how to practice, you have a degree in business, you have this, you have that. I've seen a lot of people that just I just like to grow weed. You know what I mean? Or I'm just interested in weed, or I'm coming from construction. You know what I mean? Or I'm coming from blah blah blah. And I've never had any sort of human interaction. It's all we just do we build things. But hey man, cannabis is legal. I know I can make some money, so now I have a license or whatever.
But that's most entrepreneurs.
Right.
Most entrepreneurs get in because they love whatever the craft, the service, the industry offers them. It's the energetic, creative sphere. They don't have that business fortitude and understanding. And cannabis, there's so much disinformation and misinformation, which I know you know.
Oh, yeah.
It becomes this snowball effect because we live in the information age.
Right.
It's not that the information is not there and readily available. It's sifting through the mishigas and the mess that is the information.
Mishigas.
That was a
That's
good
a
word.
good one.
That was a great word.
It's a great word.
It is-
Mishigas.
it is.
Sifting through the mishigas.
We'll help you sift through your mishigas, okay?
That's
I'm going to have to write that down somewhere so I can
Can you
use
spell
that
it,
again.
though? I don't think
Only phonetically.
There you go.
I'll sound it out.
Mishigas.
mishigas.
Yeah.
So sifting through that information and being able to prioritize, that's the entrepreneurship thing, prioritize what is really important, steps 1 through 3 instead of 1 through 30 all at once, getting nothing done. And so, that's really where the technical assistance, where the coaching comes into play, and where we come into play. It's that resourcing and networking with people who have the information.
So is it a coaching group, or is it one-on-one coaching, or is it?
It depends on what your needs are.
Okay.
So
you customize this based on the needs of the people that come to you.
Correct. Some
That's
people
awesome.
come and they just need help with marketing and media. Some need start to finish, all the way from establishing the business entity and EIN number all the way through.
Because there's not just a cookie cutter way to do this.
No.
You know what I mean? That's the other thing with working in cannabis is that depending on where you are, even sometimes what state or county or city or municipality you're in, you're going to be while your buddy down the street got everything approved really easy, it may not be that way half mile, 2 miles, 10 miles down the road, because you're dealing with different municipalities with different zoning restrictions, with different things.
Absolutely.
There he is. He's got the bags. He throws the parties. He's interesting. Herman. Don't worry about it. Herman's done. So, you want one of his bags. I'll show you. I'll show it to you later. Anyway, I do. So when they have me host by myself, I'm very ADHD, and we just kind of go all over the place. So I always try to bring it back.
Plane.
Sorry,
So we're gonna go back to the focus thing. So in a sense, you have a customizable plan because there is no cookie cutter way to do this.
We're all different.
Absolutely.
And who's relatable is also different, and that's why representation really matters. When you come into an industry that's brand new, it's almost like prohibition. Like, how do we get this information accessible to everybody instead of just the same people that get called to the table all the time who have lots of dollars in their pocket?
And it's the classic, they don't know, but they don't even know what they don't know.
Correct.
Right.
When people will see me, this is the only industry where people will see me at my booth or, when I speak or anything like that, that people go, oh, payroll. Oh,
I never thought
I might
of that.
need this. Yeah. I never even thought of that. Well, are you going to have people work for you?
Yes.
I mean, there's the taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they just don't realize.
Well,
until somebody like yourself sits them down and says you need to think about this piece, before you can even open doors.
Before you can do anything for the next piece. But and I think a lot of it is because of the restrictions, because of the entry barriers, because you've got the licensing and then the inspections and then the da-da-da-da and the lawyers and the blah. And then you're finally open. You're like, holy shit, I'm opening. You know what I mean? And like you did like anywhere from a 6-month to a sometimes 2-3 year battle just to get your business opened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it's like that you can finally start thinking about the next steps, of the pieces that need to go into play to have your business running and functioning the right way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
you need payroll support. You need legal support. You need people who actually know what they're doing in order to be sustainable, because if you are the jack of all trades, you will be the master of none, and you'll be dropping balls everywhere.
True.
Yes.
So, that's what people come to help.
Absolutely. So how do people get in touch with you?
So if you go to seasoned, SEASONED, gives, GIVES.org,
okay.
find all of our information there, as well as it's not just cannabis that we run, so we do many things, and we will be hosting one of the largest cannabis events within our annual Caribbean Carnival on August 17th.
Whoa, that's my birthday.
Oh,
yeah.
A lot of people are born
I know
on
what
that
you're
day.
doing.
On that day?
Yes.
Well,
so
Marcus Garvey, Robert
there we go.
Tenero,
I love it.
Max Uhas.
We're shipping in Carnival girls straight from the Caribbean.
Really?
Yes, we are this year.
Oh, shit.
And we are having our cannabis festival within our Caribbean Carnival. So it's going to be amazing food on the outside, and on the inside in our designated area, it's going to be cannabis.
I'm clearly going to need information about this event.
Yeah, absolutely. Where is this going to be?
So it's in Saugerties. So Saugerties.
I know Saugerties.
Okay, so people come there for Garlic Fest. It's like 80,000 people.
Yeah.
We rent out the entire park every year, and we get about 6,000 to 10,000 people. So who knows? A free cannabis event. I know we are we're revolutionary. I'm just telling you.
Amazing, and you have the licenses and the permits for all of this, and everybody.
That's incredible.
So everybody.
We're not doing CGSs, so I don't want to hear any hate mail. We're not. There's no CGSs. It's not that.
All right. So
but there
what's
is
CGSs?
loopholes. There's loopholes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There's loopholes. So everybody should go celebrate on my birthday at the Caribbean Fest in Saugerties, because that just sounds amazing.
It does.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, that sounds amazing. And then, Teresa, how do people get in touch with you?
We are on Instagram. It's just Panacea Payroll. Panacea is Panacea, because people struggle with that. You can email me at Teresa, no H, Teresa at
So
Panacea
it's a T-E,
Payroll.
not a T-H-E.
Thank you very much. That's it.
Yeah,
Tennessee is better than Michigas, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Michigash would be incredibly hard to spell.
I'm still just going to sound that out.
We should just start a company
telling
called Michigash and be like, what do you do? It's like everything.
Everything.
Anything.
All the things.
You name it.
All the things. What do you need help with? We have
we have a solution.
I love it. Yes, that's great. All right, this is Max Uhas from Dope SEO. Listen, ladies, thank you so much for jumping on. It's been
Thank
amazing.
you, Max. This is awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're finally on the show.
I know.
And amazing getting you on here too. I'd love to hear. Listen, because we were joking about it, like we do everything. You need every sort of help when it comes to not just running a business, but especially a cannabis business, and having the right people mentor you. And this is coming from, I'm incredibly stubborn. I need to learn it, break it, fuck it up, fix it, and then I understand it all. Like, don't be a moron like me and take 6-7 years of learning and trial and error. Yeah. And God knows how much money spent on testing and R&D and like, oh, I think this will work, without just like bringing in some experts to actually just do what they're doing and help you. So really helpful, really grateful for you ladies jumping on this. It's another episode of Media Unshackled at CWCB Expo, brought to you by our wonderful friends here with the Neurovine machine. It's our time travel nutrient machine.
I dig it.
Anyway, it's cool. It's good. We'll see the episode with Alex. Anyway, see you in the next episode. Back to you guys. Peace and rock.
At Neurovine, we've developed a hydroponic nutrient dosing system called the Aurora. It's advanced, easy to use, and competitively priced. The Aurora can be used in both small and large-scale facilities and works great for recirculating and drain-to-waste systems. We've got clients saving 2 to 3 hours of labor every day and getting 15% increases in their yield. You can control the Aurora directly from your smartphone or computer, so you can grow on vacation. Automation is the future of agriculture, and Neurovine is the future of automation.
Neurovine City, boy. Neurovine City. Loving the system, man. Loving the system. Happy customer right here. This is stand-up machine. This is something else.
When they're hungry, they eat. I don't have to come out here daily to look at my phone and make sure it's doing the right thing.
I love it.
Having the level of precision from the peristaltic pumps, which can be down to the milliliter, is awesome. By having such resolution and precision, we can also push the envelope of growth, and that has really helped us.
I think the system is more modular than other products. It's also, I think, a better value in general. The software that you get in the cloud and the physical hardware, it's a really effective system.
Plants are growing huge. The system really gives it the full potential.
In this business, this takes the cake. I love everything about it. I mean, hands down, I love everything about it. The results are, above and beyond what I expect.
It's a pleasure to be working with you, man.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.